Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another week's weekly reading vlog. So I've been a little bit down the past couple of weeks. I haven't been bringing you the best vlogging content, but I am going to try my absolute hardest to crack out of that this week. I'm going to be putting like diary reminders to make sure I remember to do a vlog clip and not just put it off because I think what I'm talking about is boring. You guys are still here like 215 weeks in, so there's got to be something interesting I'm talking about. I have at least 3 books I want to read this week, 2 of which are buddy reads, 1 is carried over from last week. So the buddy reads are Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I'm reading this with my Patreon. I'm very tempted to annotate, I think. I don't see the harm in annotating this one, so I feel like I might annotate it to help me understand it as I read. But yeah, reading this one with the Patreon, and I have 50 pages exactly to read today, so I'll be doing that. I then have my buddy read with Emily from Emily Kathleen Reads. We're both reading Notes on an Execution by Danielka Kafka. And we have how many pages to read today? Not quite as many. We have 39 pages to read today, so might be a bit of an easier one to read. I'm quite daunted by this. It seems quite dark, but it was very, very popular when it was published. So both of these buddy reads will be going on this week. And then the next book I'm reading is The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I am currently 172 pages in, and I want to get this finished so that I have time to decide on my feelings and see if I want to take it down to Yalc to get it signed. But yeah, enjoying this one now, enjoying it much more in the last like 50 pages I've read than I was at the start of the book. I feel like it was a bit of a slower one to get into, but hopefully I can continue and maybe read at least another 100 pages of this today. We'll see. I've not long started my workday. It's looking pretty busy currently. We'll see what I can get done during like this evening. I am going to look at a new car potentially as well, so that's kind of fun, and I'm hosting reading sprints, so a bit of a busy day, but this is my plan for the week. So I have a lot of purchases to show you. I was shopping on a book website and trying to get a few Christmas gifts for people, just a couple of little books to put in the gifts. And while I was doing that, 2 that I was buying people looked really good, and then there were other ones that were on my wish list and they were stupidly cheap, so I grabbed them. So the first one I have here is The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden. This one sounds very creepy and I hadn't actually heard of it until the other day. Erica Cass has a perfect family and a perfect life, until one quiet evening 2 detectives show up at her front door. A high school girl has vanished from their quiet neighborhood and the police suspect the worst. Erica's teenage son Liam was the last person to see the girl alive. I just think that sounds really cool, and it's probably going to be another great one from Frida McFadden. So there is somebody who will watch this video who has this in their Christmas present, and I think they are also going to like it. Then several people have this book, but I thought it sounded really good. It's The Heiress by Rachel Hawkins. So this says, with the love of his adopted mother, Camden McTavish hopes that he can finally be free of his scandalous family. Ruby McTavish was North Carolina's richest woman, and its most notorious, the victim of a childhood kidnapping and a widow 4 times over. Camden settles into a normal life and marries Jules, a woman eager to escape her own messy past. It seems like history might just stay buried. But then 10 years later, his uncle's death pulls Cam and Jules back into the family fold as sinister questions about the infamous heiress begin to come to light. What truth lies behind Ruby's disappearance as a child? What really happened to those 4 husbands, all dead in mysterious circumstances? So if you think this sounds good and you're expecting a Christmas box from me, don't buy this yet. You might have this. It just sounded great. I then found the Cinnamon Bun bookstore. I was just saying in last week's vlog that all my book haul, or both, that I have the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and I've now got the Christmas Tree Farm, but I didn't have this one. I found this one. I don't even know what it's about. A Cinnamon Bun bookstore. I then got 2 books. I just couldn't help myself. We have Holding the Reins and Training the Heart by Paisley Hope. Am I going to read these anytime soon? Probably not. This one's got sprayed edges. Another cowboy romance. Escape to the Wild West with a sizzling cowboy romance that will leave you breathless. Says that on both of them. I'm here for it. I'm not even going to look into them. We like a cowboy romance. Do they have playlists? That's normally like a good sign of, oh, they do. Okay, right, okay. Who is in the playlist? Anyone good? Do I think this author actually listens to country music? Cover Me Up, Morgan Wallen, lovely. See, then we do have a little bit of Shania Twain. Bit of Post Malone. Okay, I'm taking that. There's a few things on there. A bit of Eric Church. Some more Morgan Wallen. Lainey Wilson. Okay, Okay. And the dedication in this looks pretty cool. To those searching for their grumpy, loyal, protective cowboy who will tattoo mine on his hand just so it looks pretty wrapped around your throat, don't give up, babe. Okay. And then really randomly, I got this book of Christmas puzzles. Every time I get on a plane, I like doing puzzles, and I will see puzzle books in the airport and be like, I'm not spending £4 or more on, I don't know why I guessed £4, but I'm not spending loads of money on a stupid puzzle book. This one is dedicated Christmas puzzles, so I'm gonna be doing this on the plane. I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere through this, obviously. It's only an 8-hour flight, as if that is not long at all. But yeah, I thought puzzles would be fun, so I got some puzzles. Spontaneous book haul. I'll try to stop now though, this is slightly excessive. Hello, it is now Tuesday evening. I've had a very busy day. Very busy day. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I feel like I'm talking a lot lately in vlogs about how busy I am with work, and it's not me slating on my job, it's actually giving me some sort of sense of, what's the word? Like I'm actually doing something worthwhile because I'm needed, if that makes sense. Whereas before I was doing nothing and enjoying that in a way because I didn't have anything to do. But this one, yeah, it hits 5 o'clock and I'm like, right, that's another day smashed, let's go and read a book and chill out because I'm like overthinking everything. Which sounds like a lot in a day, but trust me, I'm not complaining. I'm actually having a good time doing that. And it actually just makes the downtime feel better. I don't know if that makes any sense. But anyway, I've been off work like 2.5 hours, nearly 3 hours. And I've only managed to read about 40 pages of notes on an execution. It's been a very busy day apart from that anyway, because I've been sorting out my new car. I may or may not have that in the next couple of hours. I don't really know what's going on, but that sidetracks me quite a lot. Did I mention I'm getting a new car? Probably not. I've completely lost it. Anyway, notes on an execution. I am enjoying, but not, like I don't feel any type of way about it now. It's quite dark and it's written in a way that I'm finding quite hard to engage with, but I think the story so far is pretty good. So yeah, I just don't really know what to think. I'm now going to set myself up on the sofa and carry on with Red Rising. Started this yesterday, don't have very strong feelings either way. I've heard the next part is the most boring of the book as a whole, so hopefully I stick with it. And then I'll be diving back into The Reappearance of Rachel Price. So that's what I want to read tonight. We'll read a bit of this. And yeah, try to stay positive. Just very busy. I'm such a little liar. I didn't update over the past couple of days. And that's just because it's been absolutely manic here, where I finished work for the day and then like yesterday, I went and got my new car. So I have a new car now. Susan the Skoda has been retired and Freddie the Fiat has now stepped into play. It is not a Fiat 500, it's a Fiat Punto. I am not a car person. I don't like, well, I obviously like them, but personally, I don't need a big flashy car. I just need something that goes backwards and forwards and hopefully around corners too. So Freddie the Fiat Punto is now in commission. I have taken it for a little spin last night. I'm not going to go out again tonight because it's the Project Fiat watch along, but I am going to take it out on Friday and just go and do some shopping or something and take myself out in my new car. Yeah, pretty excited to get going in it actually. Susan the Skoda was a little bit of a granny car. It was like a lot of driving over the wheel kind of thing. This is more of a slouched boy racer situation and I'm very excited. So reading hasn't been that great. Notes on an execution. I am liking the story and I can't believe I just realised why there's a fox on the cover. That's actually kind of concerning. But yeah, I like the story. I don't like how it's told. The narrative style feels very hard to get into, and it's meaning that it's taking me a couple of hours to read like a 40-page section, and then I don't want to do any more reading for the rest of the evening, so it's kind of dragging me down a little bit. But I do like the story, so I think it'd be a good book for somebody. I said this to Emily, who goes into Waterstones, buys the bestseller, reads it over the course of a month, couple pages a night before they go to bed. I feel like they would really love this book, but for somebody who wants to like read a lot quicker and get through books a lot quicker, and I'm not saying that's a good thing, I'm just saying that's what I like to do, it's kind of holding me back a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. Red Rising, I didn't read any more yesterday, so I've read about 100 pages so far and I'm a little bit lost, but I don't hate it, I'm just a bit lost. And then I still haven't read any more of The Reappearance of Rachel Price, so a lot of reading needs to be done this weekend. I will catch back up, but yeah, just a lot of other stuff going on at the moment. Might be going somewhere fun on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. Hello, it is Friday morning. I'm just getting set up for work and oh my god, this looks a bit rough, doesn't it? I'm so tired and I don't really know what I've been doing this week, but it's like I finish work, I do my buddy read pages of notes on an execution, and that's it. Like, I'm ready for bed, and by the time I've done that, it is like 10 o'clock, so I don't really know what I've been doing with my time. Regardless, I have been keeping up with my buddy read of notes on an execution, and I am now on page 177, so I've only got about 150 pages to go, being, yeah, today, Saturday and Sunday's buddy read. And yesterday's section I did really enjoy. It was like better than what I'd read so far overall, I think. So I have got into this a little bit more. I do want to know what happens next. I think it was just a little bit of a slow burner, but I read it more quickly last night. I enjoyed it more, so we'll see. I did read a little bit more of Rachel Price, but still not made any solid progress in that, so it's getting a bit like, come on, when am I going to make the progress? And I have put Red Rising down, so I need to pick that back up. My plan today is to get through work, most importantly, and then I'm going to go and do a little bit of shopping later. I just want some retail therapy by myself. I'm going to take my new car, go somewhere nice, well, I say nice, like a retail park, and just get some shopping done. So I'm going to do that, and then come back home and read like mad. I need to get through Red Rising. Like, it's not even that it's bad, it's that it's not engaging me, and that makes me not want to pick it up because I know I'm going to be reading it for a long time, and I'd rather have half an hour of Rachel Price, just easy reading. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I'll let you know if anything exciting happens on the way. Also, can we appreciate this? This is my high school leavers hoodie, which still fits me. It's a little bit tight round the middle, but if you think, I got this hoodie when I was 16 and I got it oversized then, clearly, but like it actually still fits, which is nuts. It doesn't kind of fit to the level where I'd wear it outside. Like, it's supposed to be baggy and it's definitely not baggy, and clearly it's got a giant number 14 for when I left high school on it. But yeah, this is I'm impressed it's still on. I wasn't going to get rid of this just for like sentimental reasons, but I actually kind of love still wearing it. Hello, it is Saturday morning. I'm in my High School Musical pyjamas, love these. Was gonna get changed before the vlog clip, and I thought, no, High School Musical pyjamas is what you guys need. I have a couple of book updates. I just kind of have not been in the mood to read all week, and I don't know whether it's me, I don't know whether it's the books. So the first thing I'm gonna tackle is the books, and then we will see if it's me afterwards. But yeah, just not really vibing with anything I've been doing this week. And I've only finished one book, and that was last week. It is now the 9th. That is horrific to me. I don't really know what's going on. I don't think I've experienced a slump like this before. I can't even call it a slump really compared to what some other people do. But yeah, one book in 9 days is not me at all, so need to discuss it. First up, Notes on an Execution. I am now within 50 pages of the end. I've been buddy reading this with Emily all week. Now my battery's dying. Of course it's dying. 1 second. Battery has been swapped out. Notes on Execution, I've been reading with Emily every single day, and I'm obviously enjoying the process of reading with Emily. I talk to her every day anyway, so we may as well be talking about the same book. And yeah, I do like this book. I'm a little bit conflicted right now about what I'm going to do with it. Well, no, that's a lie. I'm going to unhaul it, I already know that. But what am I rating it is a different question, because I was quite bored at the start of this book. I was finding it quite hard to read, but now I'm really invested in finding out what actually happened between some of the characters. We have had some answers now, which is really great, but I just, yeah, I do really like this book, but I don't think I actually enjoy the process of reading it. Does that make any sense? Probably not. The second reason why I'm feeling really slumpy and don't want to read is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. So I have got up to page 174. I am almost halfway, and I am not going to be reading it anymore. I have absolutely no interest in reading this book, and I tried to commit to it because Emily said it's great, Becca's enjoying it. If I didn't say, it's the Patreon buddy read. So I bought it knowing it might not be my cup of tea, but I wanted to give it a go. And after 175 pages, I genuinely just don't care. I can't find the motivation to keep reading it. I read for over an hour last night and read one chapter, which is just so not like me, that it just needs to go. It needs to go. I've said before I don't do sci-fi. Why I thought this was gonna be the magic one that made me love it, I'm not sure, but I gave it a go. You can't say I didn't give it a go. Wasn't my thing. So, on top of the reading I want to be doing, I've been reading The Reappearance of Rachel Price as well. I'm going to try and read a bit more of that this morning before I go out. I've got 2 hours till I need to leave, so I can do a lot of reading. But I also have 2 e-arcs that have been sent my way that I need to read. So the first one is, I'll obviously have it on screen, is Royal Hearts by Margaret Rose. A savvy PA on a reality dating show and the silver-tongued prince she's obligated to marry off hide secret feelings while being filmed in this small town forbidden enemies to lovers romance. But what happens when the camera catches everything? So that sounds really fun. I need to read that one in the next couple of days. And I also need to read Sugar Baby Mine by Kayla Rianne, I think that is. Somehow my cousin convinced me to be a sugar baby. I didn't have to go through any websites or filter through any creepy messages, just show up and meet Benjamin Reed, a whole 21 years between us. That one meeting was all it took for me to question everything I've ever thought about myself. I don't just need this, I want him. Okay, so we have a sugar baby romance and a Christmas, fake dating, reality show, enemies to lovers, like all of the tropes. So both those I need to read. We're going out to Birmingham today. I'm going to charge up my Kindle and I'm going to take my Kindle on the train. Whether I actually do any reading is different, but I'm going to take my book, probably start one of those. Which one, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to get dressed and ready now so that basically when the time hits that I need to leave, I can just leave. And I'll get started on reading some more Reappearance Rachel Price. That book will be finished by the end of this weekend. I need to at least finish 2 books this weekend to take me up to what? 4 books in 10 days. Okay, that doesn't sound that bad. It just is that bad when I start thinking about monthly stats, and like the lowest amount of books I've read this year is like 12. So not being on book 2 by day 9 is like kind of scary. Kind of scary.
Great moment. Oh, that's not quite great footage, is it?
Hello, I have literally just got through the front door. I'm sweating. We just walked back from town. I've been out all day at the Christmas market and the only thing I bought was a notebook to go with my nan's Christmas present. So nothing. There we go. This lighting should be better. All day I got a notebook. I had a fun day. I had a fair amount to drink. Which might be contributing to the sweatiness. If I take this off, the hair is just going to get worse. But I've come home to a parcel, which I believe is my replacement Illumicrate box. So let's see what we've got. Okay, it's definitely my replacement. Sorry, I'm not even showing you. I guess it's fine. You can tell that it's not as good. Like, the yellow of the lights on here, it's like barely picking up on camera, and it's not really picking up on the spine either, so it's not perfect, which I wouldn't know that wasn't perfect unless I, you know, had another copy. Clearly it's still signed and all that fun stuff, but yeah, just not really wowed by this book. I am going to read all of my Evernight boxes for 2024, whether I do that in like 1 week at some point next year, when I have the like scope in my TBR, but I don't see myself holding on to this. But we have a new copy of An Academy for Liars. You can even tell in this lighting how un-yellow. Like, this is gold and then there's supposed to be like yellow backing and you're not really getting that. But anyway, I have my book. It is now late. It's gone 10 o'clock, but I want to stay up. So I think I'm gonna put a film on and lie here and watch a film. I kind of want to watch something scary. Well, I've had like a drink and I'm not as, well, I am scared, but I'm not as like thinking it might be a bad idea to watch a scary film, you know? So I might just get the sofa bed, crank down and watch a scary film. I could just fall asleep, but we'll try the film. I'm gonna make like a hot chocolate and curl up, but it's been a long day. Oh, also, I put my other glasses on. I think these are my favourite. My mom said these are her favourites too. Big fan of these. I woke up about 15 minutes ago and my dad wants to do some repairs on my car before I drive anywhere next week. So I've put like slightly nicer top on, but I'm in my pyjamas. I'm gonna go sit at my parents' house and read my book for the entire day. I am not quite awake yet. I'm definitely awake enough to drive, but I will be back on their sofa very shortly and might just go back to sleep. Hello. It is now Sunday evening. Oh my god. I spent 12 hours at my parents' house, sitting on the sofa reading, helping my dad sort my new car out, so that's all pretty much done now. I'm just hanging out really. We watched Warhorse. I've never watched it before. I am traumatized. So yeah, we watched Warhorse and I did some reading. I finished both of my books. So after not finishing any books really this month, it's now the 10th and I've read 3 books, which could be worse. But the first one I finished was Notes on an Execution by Dania Kafka, and I think I've settled on 3 stars for this. There is so much about the narrative style in this book that I didn't love, but the actual story in the background was really, really fun. Well, not fun, it's actually like dark and depraved, but I really liked the story in the background. Just the actual telling of it was really clunky to me at times, but I did kind of like it overall, so that's why I'm thinking 3 stars. If I haven't said, I'm sure I have, I buddy read this with Emily from Emily Kathleen Reads, and I think she maybe enjoyed it a little bit more than me, but yeah, it just didn't do anything crazy. I see why people love this, but I couldn't quite love it. And then I've given 4 stars to The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I think this is my favourite Holly Jackson, which is a little bit controversial to say because people don't typically love this one in comparison. I have read and unhauled all of the Good Girls Guide books. I kind of fell out of love with them after I'd finished the 3rd one, but this was just a perfectly solid YA thriller. Everything that happened I didn't actually guess, which looking back is really dumb because it's all obvious, but then I'm like, is it obvious? So yeah, I'm really glad that I read this one. Glad that I read it in time for Yelp so I can go and get it signed, but that is another book done. And it is now 8:15, so I think I'm gonna go for a shower and then sit and play Supermarket Simulator, because that is kind of all I want to do. I don't think I'll start any more books because next week I'm doing the dedicated reading retellings vlog, and that's only going to last 4 days because of going to whatchamacallit, Yalk. So I don't actually know when I'm going to read these 4 books, but at some time apparently I'm going to read 4 books. So that's happening next week. I will update you once more before I wrap up the vlog, just to let you know what I did actually do this evening, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Supermarket Simulator. Obviously I did nothing more productive with my evening. I did play a little bit of Supermarket Simulator, and then I got in bed about 10, I think it was, and I watched Nashville. I'm starting Nashville again from the start, so I watched 2 episodes of Nashville, and I absolutely love that show. Whether I said or not yesterday, I'm not sure, or earlier in the vlog, but we have actually booked our Nashville trip now. We're going for a couple of days before Christmas. So I just really wanted to be in the Nashville mood, so watch some of the TV show again. I also remember why I stopped wearing these glasses is they're quite reflective, especially when I'm trying to film things, so that's kind of annoying me. I also don't really know what's going on with my hair this morning. I think they make my face look really different as well. I really can't tell how I feel about these. Anyway, you're not here to decide what glasses I should wear, but there is definitely something up with these that I might have to just go straight back to my other ones. Or is it just that I have bags under my eyes this morning? That could be it. Anyway, we have reached the end of the vlog. There is not much more for me to say to you, but in honour of going to my first Christmas market, Christmas has definitely begun. Please leave me some Christmas emojis in the chat to let me know that you got this far into the vlog. I really appreciate every single one of you. Genuinely makes my heart so full to see the emojis come in, so thank you so much for being here and leaving them behind. Apart from that though, I'm going to get started in next week's vlog. Next week's vlog will be in 2 parts. We will have the normal weekly vlog and then the Yalk vlog for Saturday and Sunday, so I hope you enjoy those. Thanks for being here guys, I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.